Hello and welcome to this introduction to the Guided Imagery Therapist course. I'm Jan Haldane. So today, guided imagery is an established and effective approach within complementary and alternative medicine, and it can become a really vital part of the therapeutic practice. So there's a great deal of fluidity with this therapy. There's different ways of using it. So I think you'll find it very, very interesting. And it can be used for individual sessions as well as for group sessions, even if you want to take it into the workplace for wellness and well-being management, for stress management, etc. It's a very, very handy thing to have in your toolkit. Now, you can also, of course, do it online, as you can do hypnosis and a lot of other modalities online. But, of course, some clients do prefer to come to you in person if they can. So what you're going to be learning is, first of all, what this is for, how it can help people, learning about stress and how it affects people, so that you've got some professional background there that you can actually talk your clients through the stress process. And then you're going to be learning how to actually put together these scripts for guided imagery, and they have a particular structure. But while saying that, there's a lot of room there for adding your own touch to it. But of course, you have to take into account your client's preferences and, of course, what they've come to see you for, their presenting issue. And as many of us therapists know, often that the issue that is presented is not really the issue. So it can take quite a bit of digging to get to the right issue, but with a guided imagery, you can basically deal with anything, but it does take a bit of practice. So starting off, I would suggest you use it for stress reduction and perhaps anxiety reduction before going on to some of the more deeper things or getting into the medical side of it, where you would really have to have that knowledge under your belt already. Okay, so research indicates that guided imagery and guided meditation can have a powerful and beneficial effect on health and well-being. And as a hypnotherapist, I know that it's absolutely a fact. So it can reduce inner fears and anxiety. It can lessen the impact of the stress response, reduce headaches, muscular tension, and even reduce psychological distress. So guided imagery can be used as a standalone technique or incorporated within hypnosis or lead into a full guided meditation. So sometimes I write guided imagery scripts and I call them hypnovisualizations, but I could equally call them guided visualizations, guided meditations. So, there's a bit of scope there in how you label the scripts that you create. So this is not a new thing, as I said in the promo video. This goes back centuries and through many cultures. So it is proven to be powerfully effective already. It's not something new. So of course what we're wanting to do is utilize all the senses, and we'll talk about that later in this course. So doing that enables the creation and formation of images in the mind, and to the client, when they're deeply relaxed, the images will feel real. So the envisaged scenes can reduce blood pressure, improve respiratory health, and alter heart rate. Guided imagery is about the creation and immersion of the mind within the 5 senses. So it really is a body-mind therapy. And of course, in saying that, you can also, if it's appropriate with your client, add in a spiritual aspect as well. And I have given you some scripts that I have written, which you will find in the resources later on in the lectures. And you will see there that usually I will add a spiritual aspect into it, because that is the way I work, and that's the way I've worked over many, many years. Now, you don't have to do that, so it all depends on what works for you, how you portray yourself as a practitioner or a coach. And of course, this is fine for coaches as well, because coaching these days is often incorporating a form of meditation. And you will see that we go through body scans and a bit of mindfulness. So there's a lot to the course. So what I would like you to do is to download your manual, your course manual, onto a device. You may wish to print it out if that's your learning style, and make notes as we go along, because what I will do is walk you through each module as it appears in the course manual. So if you have your manual handy, you can see what I'm talking about. So if you haven't printed it out, you might want to have a notebook or a piece of paper and a pen handy. So that's all from me for the introduction, and until I see you again in the first module of this course, I wish you an absolutely fantastic week. Bye for now.